Hey you guys, welcome to another Patreon exclusive episode of The Litter Box. I don't want to mess around with introductions and stuff. I kind of got to get right to the point here. This is going to be a very tough Litter Box episode to film. We've made some decisions here, and I know that they're not going to be very popular decisions, right? But stick with me, please. I'm coming to you guys first, because obviously as Patreon supporters, you're the loyalest of the loyal. You're the fluffiest of the fluffy. Because something's not working on the channel. You guys already know how much time and energy I spend working on the channel every single week. I put 50 to 60 hours a week minimum in on the channel, and 20 of those hours every single week goes to the Gamescast. When it comes to scripting a run of show, and then filming, and then editing all the segments, thumbnails, all of that time, you total all of that up, and that's about 20 hours a week. Now, there's something you don't know about the Gamescast, something I've never said publicly before. Reviews, breaking news reports, let's plays, everything else on the channel, even like why we love PSVR review discussions. Every time I post one of those, we get more subscribers, like because we're talking about something that people are interested in, or people are sharing those videos saying, hey, here's something you might be interested in, PSVR related. But the part that I've never shared with anybody, at least publicly, is that every single time we post an episode of the Gamescast, whether it be the wrap-up, whether it be theater, or viewer takeover, we lose subscribers every single time. To the point where we lose roughly 150 subscribers a month. And with YouTube analytics, you can look and see what people were watching for the most part when they unsubscribed. And 90% of those people unsubscribed during the Gamescast. Which means I'm putting in 20 hours a week for something that's actually detrimental to the channel. Now, I think I'd be okay with that. I think I'd actually be all right with that, because when you're following through on your vision of something, when you're like, this is what I want the channel to be. I've always had a vision about Without Parole and how it would be kind of exactly what it is now, right? With the long conversational podcast with reviews and breaking news reports, kind of like a full-featured channel. I've always had this vision in mind. But something's not working here. Like if when Des comes over and films Why We Love PSVR, it's 11 o'clock at night. We're both pretty tired. He's just coming out of a long shift at work, and he comes in, he walks in, he goes, hey, how's it going? I go, good. How was work? He goes, good. I'm like, okay, you ready? And then we hit record. 30 minutes later, we're done, and that episode feels good. Like it may, it took us a little while to find our footing, but now when we film, when we're done every single time, I shake his hand and go, thank you so much, dude. I'm like, I think that was another great episode. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to go play the game, to capture some footage, and stay up all night long and editing that video and rendering it before I go to bed, and then uploading it the next morning and scheduling it for, it's allotted for its specific time. And I think you can tell, man. I think you can tell that show just works, right? And so, like, even though that doesn't get a ton of views, that's a show that I have a lot of faith in, and that I'm like willing to go to bat for. That Why We Love PSVR is a review discussion show. That if like a 5-minute review isn't good enough for you, here you go. Here's all the information you could possibly want. Or if you happen to like the game, here's 30 minutes of us talking about one of your favorite games. It works on multiple levels. It hasn't really caught on yet, but I can go to bat for that show any day of the week and go, this show works. Unfortunately, I don't get the same feeling when we're done filming the Gamescast. When I'm done filming an episode of the Gamescast, and don't get me wrong, while I'm on this side of the camera, I'm having fun. I'm having fun with my friends. We're shooting the shit. We're talking about dead bodies and you know, I don't know what else we talk about. Hammocks, right? But there's not a whole lot of PlayStation VR talk going on. And usually, when we're done filming the episode, I usually have the same response. You go, I don't have a good feeling about that one. You know, maybe 1 in 5 times I go, man, that was a good show. And then I go to edit and I'm like, yeah, that was a good show. But the other 4 times, the other 80%, I finish and go, I don't know. And then I go to edit and I just roll my eyes and go, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing with this show? And part of the problem is it doesn't have any direction. When Jeremy, Brett, and I decided to start the Gamescast, we sat down at my restaurant and had literally a meeting and a discussion. Like, what is the mission statement of this show going to be? What are we going to talk about? What is the purpose? And we said, we're here, we're 3 friends talking about video games. But the only thing that matters is that we're funny. Now, I've never been like the funny one. I don't have a great sense of humor already. But I love Jeremy's sense of humor. I love Brett's sense of humor. Michelle's funny, and so that was how we started the show. The point of the show was just to goof off and have a good time. But over the course of the last couple years, you know, we're on episode 113. It's been 2 years now. It's been over 2 years. Things have changed, right? First of all, people are actually watching, which is strange. But also, you know, we've changed our focus. We want it to be an informative podcast. We want it to be informational. We want it to be fun to watch, certainly, right? So some fun and games, some humor, some conversation, fine, you know, 8 goddamn minutes, whatever. But at its core, it has to be informative. So why isn't it informative? I don't know. Maybe we're trying to do too much, right? Maybe 3 segments is too much to do. Maybe I don't know. But whatever it is isn't working. It's kind of a mess. And if we're losing subscribers and I'm not happy with the content, then it's 20 hours a week that's just being wasted. Now, there's another element of this, of course. And no one's going to be happy to hear this, because, especially you guys, because you guys are so cool, because you've adopted us, right? You've adopted Without Parole as part of your life. But Jeremy and Michelle are 2 of the busiest people I know. And they're not busy like me. I'm busy because I am working my ass off for this channel and trying to learn about developers and different games and you know, whatever, you know, to be able to talk about this stuff proficiently, and to be able to come across with a little bit of professionalism. You know, it's something I'm learning. I'm still, we've only been doing this for a couple of years. I'm still kind of new to all of it. But Jeremy and Michelle have full lives outside of this channel, right? Jeremy's a father of 2 young girls. He's got a girlfriend and an ex-wife. Michelle is engaged to be married. I don't know what else she'd be engaged for. Whatever. She's got a kid. Aiden's pretty new, and she has to drive all over the state to find a babysitter for him, just to drop him off somewhere safe and happy while she goes to work. Full-time job, full-time mother, you know, full-time housewife. She's rocking 3 jobs outside of this show. So to ask them to do more for a channel that they're not getting paid for is out of the question. But it's also a PlayStation VR podcast. right? So it puts us in like a really difficult situation. I want this show to be the best it can be. And if it can't be the best it can be, then I don't want to do it. And I know that this is like the foundation of the channel, right? The word Gamecast came from the Gamescast, right? It's our chance to talk to you, to like hang out and have a good time and like, you know, just fucking shoot this shit, man. Especially viewer takeover, you know, get to see a new Gamecat every week. We get to read comments and respond to them. So it's like with a heavy heart that I say, this thing needs to go away for a little bit, briefly, right? A month or two. And we need to figure out how to fix it. We need to figure out how to make it work, how to make it less work for me, and maybe be something that more people want to see. That maybe it won't be something that people will unsubscribe when they run into. And right now, I don't have any of the answers. I don't know how to make any of this happen, right? But to get 20 hours of my life back every single week means, hey, maybe I suddenly have a social life again, and you guys benefit because there'll be more breaking news reports, maybe an extra review every week, right? So it benefits the channel, and it benefits me. What it doesn't benefit is, a lot of you who are going to miss the show. It won't benefit Jeremy and Michelle, who don't really have a place on the channel. I always want them to know they have a home here. And I want you guys to know that they always have a home here. Right? I fucking love those two. I love Des too. We don't want to leave him out. He's sticking around though. Like I would love if instead of coming to the Gamescast every week, Jeremy spent 2 hours doing a fucking live stream. Same with Michelle. So you guys could like talk to them one-on-one, like so you could comment on like since they pretty much only have 2 free hours every single week. Maybe the 2 hours should be better spent playing a game every week, and so they can spend some one-on-one time with you guys. I don't know. But that's what we would need to figure out together. So I'm telling you guys first. You guys are the Patreon supporters. You're the loyalists of the loyal, the fluffiest of the fluffy. You've heard it all before. I fucking love you guys. But I need your help. So in the comments below on Patreon, let's start the conversation. What needs to happen? How can these shows become better? What's your favorite part? What's your least favorite part? And I know a lot of you guys are going to say the same thing. Some of you guys are going to volunteer to edit. Some of you guys are going to volunteer to do some of the work. Some of you guys are going to say, it doesn't matter if Jeremy and Michelle can't keep up. We love them anyway. And I totally agree. I love them anyway. But we need to create a better show out of this. And that's what I don't know how to do yet. And so over the course of the next month or two, let's keep this conversation going. And let's figure it out together. We're going to reveal all of this on the Gamescast when we film. We're actually filming tonight. Although, see, this is how busy everybody is, right? Even though today's a holiday, Michelle's at work. And we're filming tonight because she has a court date tomorrow. But she's so busy at work that she doesn't know if she's going to get out in time. And by out in time, she means out in time for her to have enough time to film and go home and get sleep before her court date tomorrow, right? Because I'll fucking stay up till fucking 5 o'clock in the morning filming. I don't care. But like, again, she has a really full life. Things that are more important than this channel. I hate admitting that things are more important than this channel, but I'm never going to tell them that their personal lives are more important than this channel, because technically all of our personal lives are. So this has been a hard episode to film. I don't even know what to say, honestly, except this is the time to start the conversation. And I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Please keep an open mind. Please stay with us through this difficult time. This is like the first big blow to the channel, right? Our first big setback, first big Big fucking question mark, really. Like, what are we going to do next? How do we make this thing work? You guys with me? I know you are. All right. That's it, guys. I got to go get the run of show together for tonight's show. Hopefully we'll actually be filming it tonight. It very well could just be me and Jeremy, so fingers crossed. But we'll see what happens. All right, you guys, for our episode of The Litter Box. That's not how we do this. I'm Brian Paul. God, I don't even know how we do anything anymore. Thank you guys so much for your patience, for your support, for listening, and hopefully for sharing your thoughts.